Why does our industry seem to be so hard on market makers?
I would say it's absolutely justified, especially after reading the horror stories from late October, early November last year with the market manipulation as a service convictions by the SEC. In terms of what is the reason and the driver behind it, it's the same as in traditional markets. The main driver for making bad decisions is greed, where people want to make profit quick and they might want to make a lot of profit quick. So they're incentivized to explore more unconventional ways of making money. And then crypto is a very fertile ground for greed to propagate because it doesn't have regulation. So where in traditional financial markets, you obviously have a separation of powers, a separation of supervisory roles, a separation of responsibilities between market makers, exchanges, brokers, financial supervisory bodies. In crypto, most roles are merged and centralized into a single authority. Here, we lose out on all of the supervisory activity of the traditional finance sector, where obviously it becomes more conducive to just run scams and manipulate markets in crypto because you don't have the fail safes. You don't have the checks preventing malicious behavior from being done on market.
It's interesting that the crypto community, the blockchain community, has really rallied towards this idea of a supervisionless system and then has the goal to complain about the ramifications that come with it. The stuff that Macro has pointed out is absolutely correct. In conventional systems, in politics as normal, these supervisory and law keepers are there specifically to avoid that kind of malicious, nefarious behavior. And it's that kind of supervision that I think most people came to crypto to avoid. And I don't think for a second that everyone that's attracted to cryptocurrency and blockchains is criminals, but it is very attractive to criminals. Cryptocurrency might be too attractive to ignore entirely. And there's a fine line there. The market makers that don't have the best reputation at the moment, I don't think they even necessarily go all the way. They stop within an inch of completely destroying the cryptocurrency markets. You could argue that's because they have an incentive to at least keep them afloat for a little while longer so that they have some job security into the future. But I don't think that's it. I think they have realized there is a margin for profit to be made by doing things that you can't get done in conventional systems. But even then, they fall short of complete criminal activity. And that doesn't necessarily mean that I consider people that fall within that category to be overly malicious. They're just a little bit more cavalier than they otherwise would be if they were doing normal securities exchanges or something like that.